A foolish man doesn't announce himself. He doesn't wear a label. He wears patterns. You see it in the way he moves, how he reacts, how he takes pride in weakness and hides his strengths. Most people chase intelligence in words. Machiavelli, however, hunted stupidity in repetition because the fool never learns. He repeats. The first trait, he thinks respect comes from good intentions. He believes effort equals admiration. He believes his kind heart should be enough to be trusted. But the world doesn't care about your heart. It cares about your results. The foolish man will say, "At least I tried," or "that wasn't my intention," as if that changes anything. He thinks morality earns power, but while he waits for recognition, sharper men are building influence. Machiavelli taught, be feared before being loved. Impact first. Intention irrelevant. The fool talks too much. When attacked, he defends loudly. When corrected, he overshares. He can't stay silent because he's terrified of being misunderstood. But silence is strength. The more he talks, the more he reveals his insecurity. A lion never explains itself to sheep, but the foolish man thinks talking solves everything. He chases pleasure over purpose. He's ruled by appetite, dopamine, lust, entertainment. He chooses what feels good now, not what brings growth later. He mistakes emotional comfort for fulfillment. Machiavelli said it's safer to be feared than loved because power demands discipline, not indulgence. He's also too transparent. He calls it honesty, but what he thinks is admirable actually weakens him. People don't respect what they fully understand. They overestimate what they cannot predict, yet the fool confesses everything. His plans, fears, wounds. He thinks saying "I'm just being real" makes him strong. It doesn't. It makes him vulnerable. He imitates success without understanding it. He mimics confidence, posture, habits, but not the internal discipline. Machiavelli warned, don't pretend to be a lion if you're a fox. Surface imitation without substance leads to collapse. The fool surrounds himself with comfort, not challenge. He wants validation, not growth. He avoids conflict, silences criticism, and keeps company that flatters him. Echoes, not mirrors, and mirrors don't protect you in battle. He reacts emotionally to everything. Insults, rejections, delays. He has no pause, no control, and power requires emotional discipline. The ability to wait, observe, and absorb without flinching. The fool wears his emotions on his sleeve, and every outburst makes him easier to manipulate. He mistakes image for power. He thinks dominance is a personality trait, that being loud or alpha makes him strong. But true power isn't about what you show. It's about what others feel. It's presence, not performance. He thinks forgiveness is a virtue to display, but unchecked forgiveness sends a message, you can betray me again. Machiavelli said betrayal must be punished publicly, not just for justice, but as a warning. The fool overinvests in unworthy people. He pours time and energy into those who don't deserve it, calling it loyalty. But loyalty without benefit is self-destruction. He bets on potential. The wise man bets on value. He believes the world owes him. He expects fairness, recognition, reward, just for being a good person. But the world rewards leverage, not lamentation. He dismisses appearances. He believes the inside matters more, but perception governs reality. Dress carelessly, speak carelessly, present carelessly, and you'll be treated accordingly. He confuses oversharing with strength. He thinks telling everyone about his pain makes him brave. But Machiavelli knew wounds are weapons in your enemy's hands. Heal quietly, never limp in public. He wants everyone to like him. He fears conflict. He avoids saying hard truths. But power demands polarity. You must be willing to be disliked to be respected. He seeks praise from the wrong mouths. He doesn't question the source of applause. Praise from the weak is often manipulation. Value the judgment of the strong. He treats power like a trend. He mimics tricks without understanding principles. Power is not a performance. It is a mindset forged in solitude and ruthless clarity. Cosplay won't save you. He talks more than he acts. He mistakes conversation for transformation, but change is silent. Real growth disappears and returns unrecognizable. The fool stays loud and stagnant. He expects fairness from unfair systems. He believes effort equals reward, that good men win. But Machiavelli taught, systems reward those who manipulate or master them, not those who whine. He follows emotions like a compass, but feelings aren't. Direction there, distraction. The strategist feels everything but acts only when it matters. He confuses vulnerability with trust. He reveals his fears, thinking it builds connection. It doesn't. It gives others the map to hurt him. He fights emotional battles, not strategic ones. He argues to be right, not to win. He bleeds out over meaningless fights. He fears real power. He wants success, but shies away from control, risk, and responsibility. He romanticizes struggle and rejects leadership. And finally, he believes things will just work out. That being good will protect him, but suffering only has meaning if you turn it into power. Otherwise, it's just pain. The fool loses not because the world is cruel, but because he refuses to understand it. He calls his weakness virtue, his comfort peace, and his inaction wisdom. But the world does not spare fools. It devours them.